We are live, y'all.
Like 2K.
Straight politicking. Alex Alonso here with my host, Munchie B, the mayor. And we got a guest co-host in the house, Ricky Roy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all having me, man.
And you're from Ricky and Nick's Pick 6 on YouTube, which is a sports channel?
Yeah, it's a sports channel. If you're into, sports betting, want to put in some parlays, get a little extra information, we got you.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's really just, a feeling, though. We just a couple of guys sitting around talking sports, basically recording what we be doing. You know what I'm saying? We gonna talk sports regardless. So.
And you're from the city, born and bred?
Yeah, born and raised, Venice and South Central, all throughout South Central. Even lived in Inglewood for a couple of years and stuff. And then mom's side of the family has always lived in Venice, that area. So
for those who don't know, sometimes we say West Side, but that's really West LA. That's west of the West Side.
Yeah, nah, for real.
Yeah, I have my kids grew up over there, so they went to all the local schools. Grandview Elementary, you familiar with Grandview?
I'm familiar.
We're right there off of Venice. And then my daughter went to Mark Twain for a little bit. And then all three of my kids graduated from Venice High School.
Okay, damn. Wait, are they around my age? I'm 31.
Nah, they all younger.
Okay.
They just barely hit their 20s.
Okay, that's what's up. Congratulations to them, man. I hope they continue with the education as well.
And I enjoyed going up there on Grease Lightning Night. You familiar with the Grease Lightning Night?
Nah,
because the movie was, the movie
was
Grease
filmed there. Yeah,
was filmed there.
Yeah, on the East Building, I believe. East Building is where the locker is at. Famous locker. My locker is right next to it. Yeah.
Okay, so John Travolta.
Hold on, famous locker. That's what one of the greasers was leaning against the locker or something?
Yeah. It was like the scene where they film in the hallway. Also, Britney Spears' Toxic video was filmed at Venice High too. So it's like two hallways that everyone tries to go like check out.
So you didn't go to Venice High then?
I went to Venice.
Oh, you went to Venice High?
Yeah, I went to Venice High.
So did they didn't have Grease Lightning Night when you was there?
They probably did, but it was probably like, they do it for the kids or they do it for like adults coming back and stuff. Because Venice, they have like 1,000 alumni events. Like they're always honoring somebody. Like the last lady was some engineer for NASA or something. They had some lady who did like Ford designs on the Mustangs and all that. She was up there. They have stuff going on like all the time now.
Okay, yeah. I think it's for the students, and then everybody kind of dresses like the movie with the leather coats on.
Okay.
And then I know at the football games, which was cool, the Mexicans used to bring the lowriders and put it on the track field.
Homecoming.
Yeah, during the football game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of my people's families supply the cars.
Oh, that's dope.
But I don't know if they can do it now because it's a new track. When you was there, it was a dirt track, right?
Dirt track, yeah.
They put a high-end, top of the line, I guess a foam type track.
No, it's like sky high up there. I don't know if y'all familiar with that movie, but they just transformed the whole high school. I was saying I try to go up there for a run, just hit the track, get some fitness going, and they kicked me out. They were like, nah, bro, this is private. This is not for public consumption.
You could have probably fought that, though.
Yeah, but I'm just, hey, it's the kids now. You know what I'm saying? Let me just run through the neighborhood right quick, hit some hills or whatever.
You weren't going up there like during class time, right?
No. Yeah. This was a Friday afternoon, like 5:20 or something like that. Because I play soccer, so I try to go, link with one of my groups or whatever through the WhatsApp, but they weren't playing. So I was like, man, let me just go get a quick little run in,
And also, you're a graduate of UC Berkeley.
Yes, sir, Cal.
And that's one of my sister schools with the old Pac-12 because I'm a graduate from SC.
Okay.
So I used to go up there and we used to call it the home, what is it called? The Weekender.
Yeah.
The Weekender game when SC was either playing Berkeley or Stanford. It would alternate. Mm-hmm. How far is Stanford from Berkeley?
About an hour, 25-minute drive, I think. It's not that bad because I went to a big game in Stanford and it wasn't that long.
Yeah, so I used to go up there for the Weekender.
Yeah.
So Berkeley and Stanford, they rivals.
We're rivals, yeah. But for some reason, when USC comes into town, it's super friendly. Like they open up the frat houses and stuff, and like it's more of a kumbaya than like a hardcore like we got smoke because we from California. Stanford it's all bad. You know what I'm saying?
I wonder why is that though?
I don't know what it is because he's saying the Weekender, and it's something that I observe when SC comes to town. There's a lot of the like sororities and fraternities kind of doing like tailgates with SC fans and stuff. It's probably just so many mixtures of people coming from SoCal, sending their kids up there and stuff that it's more of a parlay type thing than we just staunchly against each other. You know? Yeah.
In my years, there was no way that Berkeley or Stanford was beating SC in football.
Yeah.
It was like an automatic win.
Yeah.
We already knew it was a win.
So my conundrum coming from SoCal is I've supported SC my entire life. You know what I'm saying? The only thing I don't have is the SC tattoo. You know what I'm saying? But I went to Berkeley, so I'm trying to slowly transition to supporting them more. But I mean, SC was just playing the Ducks, and I was watching the game, screaming at the TV. You know, like, come on, like, we could definitely do this. You know, I wanted that upset.
So you basically a mixed breed.
I gotta be, bro. Like, come on, Reggie Bush, like all those good years, bro. Being at the house with the fam, eating, you know, watching SC football. It's hard to just give it up just because I went to school somewhere for a few years, you know.
The Bush push.
Yeah,
you remember the Bush push? That's when he pushed somebody into the end zone.
Liner.
Yeah, he pushed Liner into the end zone. And those were some great years. And that happened a few years after I had already left, but I had to come back they actually really won 3 titles in a row.
Yeah.
But they got one taken away from them. And then the BCS, you know, it was a weird thing because BCS was defining who the champion was back then. I don't know if y'all familiar with this dumb BCS system they had going for about a decade. But SC technically won 3 titles in a row.
So how late do them USC and Bruin games be?
That'd
probably be the most lit game.
Every almost home SC game is lit. Even if we're losing, if we have a losing season, the campus is lit. It's like a party.
Yeah,
you know, it's the energy is incredible.
Nah, for real.
I should have went to college, bro.
That's what I tell.
Nah, you would have been a bad boy in college with the ladies, though.
Nah, see, I said because I ended up going to jail from UCLA, messing with that undie run. You know what I'm saying?
So you went up to the undie run and got into a fight or what?
No, we like a couple months down the line, they ended up coming to get us for some robberies or whatever. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
But I had enjoyed myself so much. I didn't know they had stuff like everybody in their underwear.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, man. And then when they shut it down, all the lights went off on the field. We moved it back to like where the dorms at and there's parties. And I was in there, man. We was having fun. I'm like, bro, I could have went to, because I know I'm smarter than a lot of these dudes here.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Look, that's what college is about. People think it's all about the grades and the academics. It's about the social life at the end of the day. Like, that's what's going to get you further. Like, not just partying, being dumb or whatever, but making good connections to help you get jobs when you get out of school.
That's well said, because I agree 100%. I'm not really a fan of this system we have. I was going to say in America, but most countries now have it. You got to go to college, you got to get this degree, and then you go out there in the workforce. But outside of that, it's the experiences, it's the connections, it's the networking, it's the friends.
Yeah,
you know,
hey, but
all of that.
My ex-girlfriend, she told me like making the college ain't hard. It's staying in college.
Yeah, no, for real. I mean, look, the classes can get very taxing. Like, I had a more challenging major. I did cognitive science and a data science minor. So don't get me wrong. Like, some of them classes, like, I had to miss out on some parties and some, you know, occasions because I had to grind type of thing. And my GPA definitely took a hit. My first and second semester, I wasn't used to the rigor, how hard it was from community college. But once you get in the flow of it, you get your little routine and stuff. It's just like sports. Once your mind is trained to it, you know what I'm saying? You start doing things at the appropriate time, and then you ready to party on the weekends type thing.
Okay, and before we move off the college thing, right? What I came to the conclusion is, you know, like they got Skulls and Bones and Masons and all that little stuff, right?
Yeah.
I think them real secret societies, which ain't a secret, but it's the sororities
for sure,
because you connected once you leave here, and they got these sororities. You could call in and get your nephew a job here. You know people in all these different places, and and I would love for my daughter to go to college and join one of them type groups, but sorority, I'm not with the hazing shit, bro. Don't you know what I'm saying? I don't want my daughter to go through that.
You know, everything's softer now, Munchie, so the hazing and stuff is not as bad as it once was. Probably when you were in school, it was like crazier and stuff where they were like actually having dudes drink a bunch of beers, like first person to pass out isn't in the frat and stuff.
Hey, niggas with paddles on their ass.
Yeah, they not doing a lot of that now. I know that they do still have like fight nights and stuff where, you know, you put on the boxing gloves, you fight one of your brothers and stuff like that, but it's just all for fun. I've seen the videos and stuff, and it's a lot softer. You know, it's not what it once was for sure. Kids aren't dying.
Well, women, they more catty. You know what I'm saying? And they group up and team up more. And this girl trying to be what you call the line or join.
Yeah, like numbers and stuff. Yeah,
join a sorority and
hating on each other.
Suck his cock or you know. You could like, nah.
Nah. Hopefully that's not happening. But hey, but look, this is the thing. In college, everybody's getting it in, bro. Like,
I know.
Look, everybody has fun from their freshman year to their junior year, and then your senior scramble starts either that first senior semester or the last one, where you're trying to find a wife, a girlfriend, somebody to take serious, and move on past that shit. Like, but hey, it just is what it is. That's where I feel like, what do they say? Like, they call them PWIs. Like, what does PWI stand for? Primarily white institution or something like that. Like, I kind of get why people start dating outside of their like race and stuff in college, because you're around so many different people, and it's like you've been around your people forever. You kind of want to step outside of that and see what else is going on with
Brandon
other
about to come
stuff.
for you, boy.
Hey, I don't care, bro. I don't like how they got at Tam about that. Like, date who you want, bro. Like, it's 2025. Like, just because your partner didn't grow up eating the same foods as you or have the same color skin as you or whatever, like, just learn something new, bro.
But Tam is most definitely pro-black, and she's very informed. You know what I'm saying? And she can do what she want to do. That's why I spoke up for her. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, but yeah, college. I think everybody should experience college. I think it'd be a good experience if people, you know what I'm saying?
Well, my one like experience when I was up there at Cal, and I was like, it was somewhere like around the holidays, and this chick wanted me to like kind of like pull up to her crib for a little like holiday party, like winter party, and I was like, man, let me go ahead and ask her right quick. Like, I was like, mom and pops is cool, right? Like, they know I'm black, right? Like, I'm coming through, because she was mixed with like I think white and like a little bit of Arab or whatever, and they were like, oh, she was like, yeah, they're not tripping off of that at all. Like, they would just be upset if you were like a bum, like, like not like had any ambition in life or weren't doing the things that you're supposed to be doing. She was like, we both go to the same school and shit, they not tripping. But she was like, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Grandma, totally different story. She ain't with that shit. But she ain't gonna be here, so we don't gotta worry about that. So I thought that, yeah, I thought that shit was funny. She just kept it funky with me, and we was laughing about it type shit. But no, like, I feel like most people are like opening and accepting the like different cultures now. But and I like that she said like her parents just wouldn't have fucked with me if I was a bum. Like, I was like, that's a line I could draw in the sand. You know what I'm saying? Just like using their daughter to whip around town or whatever, just doing whatever, not focused on my future and goals, that are out there to achieve or whatever. Like, I was like, yeah, that's a good line to draw for your kids. Just don't bring anybody around that's not on
I'm on the same shit her parents on. That's what I'm on. As long as you a good dude and you got your shit going, and I'm glad we talking about this, because I'm going up to Hater World Sunday.
Yeah,
because it's a conversation that need to be had. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, you know how people go side with who they side with in these comments and all on YouTube and different little social whatever, and think, oh, just siding because he Hispanic or he black, or you know what I'm saying? It's right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? So we go get that squared away.
Okay, yeah, I'm interested in that. I'm gonna let you know about that as well. I'm gonna let you know about that.
Hello with me.
For sure.
All right, fellas. I had a couple of fact checks from last week, Munch. I found out the yard. You mentioned the SC tattoo or the SC tattoo.
Yeah.
Last week we talked about a dude that got stabbed in prison, and they put the CDCR put a photo of him up, and he had the SC tattoo right here on his neck.
Oh shit!
And that happened on B Yard in Calipatria, and B Yard is a good yard. So last week I didn't know if it was a PC yard, but no, that was that Mexican dude got stabbed and killed on a general population yard. So that update, and then maybe we can go into an update on the D4vd David. This story just does not stop. The guy whose Tesla was found with a 14-year-old girl in the trunk, dead.
Thought she was 16. She turned 16
She turned 15 the day before they found her.
Okay.
But she's been in that trunk for several weeks, possibly several months. So that means she was 14 when she was killed.
Okay.
Because they found her one day after her birthday.
Okay.
When she turned 15. So
yeah.
Sometimes they might call her a 15-year-old, but she was definitely 14. Mm-hmm. And so some new stuff came out and I don't know how accurate this is, because now the LAPD is coming forward saying we never said any of this stuff. So I don't know if they're just trying to cover their asses,
right,
or if the stuff is factual. But some information about her body had been in a freezer when they found it. So that means the coroner, if the police did say this, that means the coroner determined that she was frozen for some time.
Some major developments in the Celeste Rivas death. TMZ has learned that her body had been frozen, and when it was found, it was still partially frozen in the back of David's car, and it was in such bad condition that we are told the medical examiner may never be able to establish the cause of death.
I'm perplexed. I don't get what you're saying.
Okay, when you freeze the body, it's almost impossible to know the time of death.
So what they saying? Who froze the body? The corporates?
Well, I have a clip here I'll play in a minute, but what do you mean by the corporates?
The perpetrators.
Yeah. Well, here's the funny thing. They're showing that David had a big-ass freezer in the house. So they show a photo of the freezer.
That ain't funny.
It's just a regular
deep freezer.
It's a regular freezer that you know, it's one of them big jumbo refrigerators.
The meat ones that you keep in the garage type thing.
It's the type of refrigerator that you'll see in a...
You open it up like this.
In a bigger kitchen.
Okay.
Because they have different sizes. Like, I believe my refrigerator is the standard width, which is, I'm going to say 40 inches.
Okay.
But if you got a bigger space in your kitchen,
you
can get a 45 or 50 inch refrigerator.
Okay.
And the kitchen that he had was nice.
So you're not talking about a deep freezer.
I'm just talking about a regular refrigerator freezer combo, but a bigger width.
Okay, they ain't put her in
for a kitchen that's bigger. You know, if you have a big ass kitchen, you're gonna go get the biggest.
Well, yeah, you gotta also consider she's a little girl too. She might have been able to fit in a bigger freezer.
Yeah, if you take all the shelves out of the freezer,
she might have been able to fit, right?
Possibly, because she was about 5'3".
Yeah, she's a small person. She's not full grown or anything like that.
Hey, we all could probably fit in a refrigerator, because most refrigerators are like I'll say 6'4", maybe. They go about that tall.
You take all the things off.
Yeah, you take all the shelves off. Yeah. You know, you could put yourself in there.
Yeah.
And close the door.
This is what I want to know, because you said a couple of fact checks. So this has been discussed on multiple platforms. We talked about it on No Jumper as well. Was her body mutilated in any way, shape, or form? Is it true that she was chopped up in any way, shape, or form, or was her body whole?
That came up and it never been brought up again.
We don't know, because initially it was reported as dismembered.
Right.
Then most of the mainstream news fell back from saying dismembered, but now a couple of outlets are going back to dismembered. So that's a question we don't know.
Okay, because this is what I jumped out and I said that I do not believe that David committed this crime purely based off of this dismembering of the body. I have a friend who works at a UCLA lab, and they have to cut up cadavers sometimes to, cut up like the femur, the big part in the leg, so they can examine it and stuff like that. And I asked him, I said, how hard is it to cut through? And he was like, it takes those dudes that are cutting through those pieces of the body a long time. It stinks really bad, like it reeks. It's not for the faint of heart. So I'm thinking it's no way that this little Fortnite playing emo dressing kid has the balls to cut somebody up, and the strength at that to cut somebody up. You know what I'm saying? You'd have to have like a pretty legit hacksaw or something. And if that was the case, and he's purchasing these things at a local Home Depot, how hard is it to subpoena his records and say, oh, you bought items to dismember a body and we have a dismembered body? Boom, we got you based off that. You know?
Yeah, I agree, because that is a very daunting task. And LAPD went in the house. They raided that house, and they brought in equipment to see if there was blood splatter on the wall, the light equipment.
Right.
And we don't know what the results are, but if there was blood splatter on that wall that they found, I think David would be in custody already.
For sure.
You know?
For sure.
So that means they found little bit of evidence, if any, in that house. Mm-hmm. So let me see. I got a clip here that the LAPD, I think they're going to fall back on some of the
theories.
Yeah, on some of these theories that a lot of people are putting out there, and we don't know, because sometimes I could tell the LAPD is trying to be extremely careful in this case because it's high profile, and they don't want to make any mistakes. So they've learned in the past of all the acquittals like O.J. Simpson and Robert Blake. They don't want that to happen again. All right, here we go.
Tonight, the LAPD is setting some details straight in the very high-profile case of Celeste Rivas. She's the teen found dead in a car belonging to singer David. Investigators have now blocked the LA County medical examiner from releasing her autopsy. CBS LA's Jeff Nguyen with the new developments tonight.
The LAPD is pushing back against what it calls false reporting in the death investigation of Celeste Rivas. And tonight, investigators are still working to figure out the cause of her death. The commanding officer of LAPD's elite robbery homicide division says he's disappointed by what he calls misinformation from TMZ that's been picked up by other outlets in the death investigation of Celeste Rivas. The 14-year-old's body was found in the trunk of a Tesla belonging to singer David, whose legal name is David Anthony Burke. TMZ is reporting Rivas's body had been frozen. Captain Scott Williams disputed that and other reports on the case during an interview with KNX News Radio's Emily Valdez.
They're reporting that Celeste's body was frozen when it was discovered is untrue. Celeste was not decapitated. So I'm not sure exactly who their source is that's giving them this information.
The car was found abandoned in the Hollywood Hills in September. Williams also says detectives have no evidence Rivas's body was taken to Santa Barbara County for dismemberment.
Disappointing to me because all of this misinformation that's being put out there, it just creates additional work for my investigators that they have to do in order to get to the truth of the matter.
The LAPD has obtained a court order forbidding the LA County Medical Examiner's Office from releasing all details in its investigation into the teen's death. The ME took the unusual step of criticizing the decision Monday with a statement saying in part the practice of security holds is virtually unheard of in other counties and has not proven to improve outcomes in the legal system. We are dedicated to serving our community with full transparency. However, the law precludes us from doing so while the court order remains in this case.
That is literally unprecedented.
Defense attorney Mark Garagos is not involved in this case. He says the ME's statement signals tension with law enforcement.
If there is no arrest, I think it's going to cast a suspicion and a pall over the investigation. And if there is an arrest, it's going to be fodder for the defense. And so either way, it's a lose-lose.
The LAPD says the security hold was not done to undermine transparency, instead to protect the integrity of the investigation in the pursuit of justice. In the meantime, we have also reached out to David's attorneys, but we are still waiting to hear back. Reporting in downtown.
Now, the first thing I want to say is that TMZ did put out some really outrageous claims, but I would say 90-something% of the time, TMZ's on point.
Hey,
right?
hold on. All right.
Harvey Levin did a selfie video, and I was watching this, and he was making all these statements about her being in the freezer, and David taking a trip way up to Santa Barbara like 6 months before, trying to suggest maybe he did something to her body up there.
David is a suspect. We know this. And one of the keys to the case is a trip that authorities say David made in the middle of the night back in this spring to a remote area of Santa Barbara County. We are now also told that there is a second suspect, and our information is that the second suspect has something to do with the cutting up of the body. Now, Mark Garagos, who is my co-host on the Two Angry Men podcast, told us in the most recent podcast that his information is that this second suspect is being looked at not just for dismembering the body, but also for what happened before, during, and after Celeste's death. So there is a second suspect that the LAPD has its sights on. They have identified the person. Garagos says he knows who it is.
But he never named a source, Harvey Levin, when he gave this information. And this police officer, Scott Williams, I'm leaning towards this LAPD officer is probably saying everything that we're hearing right now is BS.
All right, but he said something about decapitated. Then he said dismembered. So she was dismembered. He is ruling out it wasn't decapitated. Decapitated is
that's correct. He didn't, but he didn't say anything about dismembered one way or the other. But he did say, Officer Williams, that she was not decapitated. So at this point, man, it's almost impossible to know what the truth is.
Well, I just recently came to a new theory of my own that I think she put herself in the trunk. I think she was crazy over this dude. He was about to leave tour, and he probably let him on some like, come on, girl, leave me alone. You know, you try to not like know what I'm saying, probably bothering her. She hiding in his trunk and shit. And you see, they got surveillance of somebody. Well, I don't know if y'all seen it, but they claim they got surveillance of somebody parking a car 2 days before he left on tour. I think she played a game and got a dumbass prize and got stuck in there.
Yeah, a private investigator claims he's seen video of that car being parked there on July 29th. Again,
and that's like 2 days before he went on tour, I believe.
Yeah, he went on tour in the first week of August, but he never showed the footage. You know, he just says, "Yeah, I have the footage," but he doesn't show it.
How certain are you that this video of the car driving away from David's mansion is the last time it drove and ended up at the spot where it was abandoned, likely with that body inside?
I'm certain. Listen, I can't say 100% because there's not a camera trained on that Tesla once it's parked. Continuously that I've seen. I mean, there likely is a camera, but I've seen the car driven to that spot, and with the dates, with the date that it was, they left town right after that. I'm certain that is the last time the car was driven. It was put there with her, in the front trunk. On that day, this is the very end of July 29th.
And why would a private investigator be trailing David and be photographing his car? Is that a time where he's not suspected of doing anything?
No. Is this private investigator hired by David?
No, the private investigator was hired by the owners of the house that David was renting. The owners of the house want to know what the heck happened, if it happened in their house. Because remember, this is a house that David did not own. He was leasing it for $20,000 a month, by the way.
Oh, wow.
So when the police came in there and raided the house and with the search warrant, David moved out. He's like, I'm done with this place. And the owners of the house hired this private investigator.
Okay.
So, I mean, the private investigator ain't got to cough up what he came up with.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
But, I mean, those are some hell of allegations,
So what is the allegation that, by him saying that he has evidence that the car was parked there on July 29th, what is that supposed to be insinuating either way?
That Celeste Rivas was in that trunk because the car has not moved since.
Okay.
According to him.
Okay.
So that means whoever drove it there and parked it there had the body in the trunk. He also claims that he could see the identity of the person driving the car, but he won't say who it is. And then he did say he turned it all over to the LAPD. He said, I gave that to the LAPD. I'll let them deal with it. As a private investigator, I don't want to be the one to announce it. So I'm not really sure protocol of what PIs can say.
I think that's smart.
Yeah, I was thinking that might be a good decision, but...
So look, this is why I come back to my original statement of I don't believe that David is as involved as it's being, I guess the public opinion believes, right? Because if he turned over this information to LAPD, if we're,
No, he didn't.
The PI.
The owner of the house.
Yeah.
No, the PI said he turned it over, right? He's on record saying that.
So it's very clearly that Tesla one, because the Tesla has that tape on the rear spoiler for whatever reason. I don't know why it's there. And also, it was just like it is in that picture. It was that dirty, except you could tell that they had run the windshield wiper like once to clear the dirt away so they could see. And it comes very close to the camera, although there is some motion blur, but you can see the person and you can see what they're wearing something pretty distinctive. And there's photos that I have from 12 hours earlier, a person at the house wearing the same thing.
And I know that the viewers right now are screaming at the TV set saying, Ashley, ask him who it was.
I mean, I honestly wish I could tell you. I don't want to, I don't want to interfere with LAPD on that. And I think that's coming because we know a crime was committed 100%. Somebody concealed her body, and hey, maybe the reason I don't want to say the person's name is because maybe this person was just someone that was asked to move the car, and didn't know. I find that very hard to believe, and I doubt that's the case. But just in case, I'd rather LAPD make that announcement.
Well, and it's important for us to tell viewers as well that you turned all this material over to them. You're the one who found it. You're the one who took it to them. You're the one who said, and I connected it to the photos from just 12 hours earlier.
If he actually did that, then they have an identity of somebody who was driving that vehicle that they could pursue, and clearly it's not David. right?
Hey, but you know what they do? They do this conspiracy thing. You ain't gotta be the person that did it or be directly involved. Just have knowledge of it. You know, they play them type of games. You know
So that is something that I do believe is in play, though. That maybe he did want her out of the picture, and he did hire people to do that. I do believe that that's possible. I just don't believe that he was the person to physically commit the crime. Conspiracy and all that is on the table for me.
I don't know how you open a Tesla truck, right? Because I don't even know how to open the door. I'd be confused.
Yeah.
But I want to know how you put the print brush that for prints. I think she put herself in there.
Well, the trunk and that Tesla should be in the front. Number one, it shouldn't. It's in the front.
It's a front trunk.
Yeah.
Also, she got found in the front.
Yeah, it's in the front. So, is it big enough for a person to be in? A little girl? Yeah, possibly. I don't know how you would get in it though if you weren't opening it. I feel like they're pretty secure. They're pretty sleek and stuff. I don't think it's just something you could manhandle and rip up type of thing. And I don't think a little girl really has the ability to do that. So I do believe that she was put into that trunk by somebody. I do understand what you're saying though, is that maybe she was heartbroken, first love type of thing, and was trying to chase him down and maybe found a way to get in the car. Maybe if you could have it on your phone as an app, that could give you access to the vehicle. There's so many different access points to a Tesla. You either have the Visa card thing or you have the app. But that's what just is like, I don't understand how there's not more movement in this case, because it seems like, how do you solve a crime, right? You establish a timeline for the most part, and then you look for discrepancies in the timeline and whatever it may be, right? Your suspects' timelines and all that stuff. But it seems like there's so much technology. There's surveillance around these houses. There's surveillance everywhere. A Tesla, you should be able to track from the moment it leaves the house to grocery store, to the pet store, to this store, whatever. And it just seems like, I don't know, justice is slow, yeah, but it just seems like they don't know what's going on here. The ME office is beefing with the detective. I don't know what to think about all that. I think in the case of a teenage murder, something as like, graphic as this, maybe it shouldn't be out there for public consumption.
Well, they don't even know if it's a murder. That's another thing.
I heard y'all say that as well.
Yeah, establishing cause of death. What if she OD'd on a drug and they ended up throwing her in the trunk because they didn't know what to do?
Hey.
That's not a homicide.
All right. Me going into detective mode. What is the parking like on that street? For one, why it ain't parked in the driveway, and why down the street from the house instead of in front of it? You know what I mean? And then I can't remember, was he already on tour when this car was parked, or did he leave right after this car was parked? I can't remember. Either way it went, and who got access to your vehicles? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Do you have an assistant? Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's all the detectives already checked off them type of boxes and whatever. I just go back to the ghetto shit. I don't think they'll let a black person slide like that, but then maybe they don't want to get sued or look stupid, mishandling in the case. You know what I'm saying? So, and then as for the people that was written to him and he moved out, I think when that type of stuff happened and it's associated to the property, they bring the property value down. People don't want to move in after that.
Yeah, so for sure.
They probably want to get a PI because they're like, I'm about to sue this fool because he did some foul play on my property.
$20,000 a month. That's a hell of a rent.
For sure. For sure. A lot of that stuff is in play, but man, this is nuts. I really don't know what to think about it at this point. Because as much as I'm saying, I don't think that he dismembered her body, it's no way he's not involved in this. And how do they not just have him?
You said two different things. You said it's no way he's not involved, and then you said,
I don't believe he had the balls to chop somebody up. Yeah, I don't think I don't think he was getting busy. Right. You feel me? I don't believe that part of it.
Do you think she was murdered though? That's the thing.
I could imagine a crime of passion. You're arguing in the kitchen, knocks her over, boom,
hit her head.
That's totally in play. That seems more like reasonable. But now we talking about body dismemberment. I'm thinking cartel, bigger storyline, implications underneath. You don't know what's going on.
Keep in mind, D4vd, he dark spirited. You feel me?
Yeah, I've seen his.
So I don't know if he a devil worshiper. They rituals be different. They want to chop off a cat foot, put it in a circle, and pray. I don't know. You feel me?
How do they not have him on the pedophilia stuff? Is what I don't understand. This is an underage girl.
No, but she got caught with fake IDs. all the friends around him said, "Oh, we thought she went to USC." She lied and said she was a student at USC. Okay. And then if you look at the video from where she lived in Lake Elsinore, she was arguing with her neighbors. Her mannerism, her whole demeanor is like a older girl, like probably I say like one of the little hungers, like 18, 19.
But he was a minor when they met, if the timeline that we're getting is correct too. So it's an older minor with a younger minor.
But explain that tattoo. Y'all both got identifying tattoos, same place, and it's on the finger.
The SHHH tattoo.
Right, and that's a dope tattoo. I'll jock that shit if nobody died behind it.
So here's a question that maybe y'all don't want to answer, but how do you feel about a 17-year-old meeting a 13-year-old? And even though they're both teens, that is a significant gap in age, right, for teenagers.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I don't want my 13-year-old daughter dating a 17-year-old. I'm gonna just say that. You know what I'm saying? But in the grand scheme of things, I'm with the Romeo and Juliet law. Yeah. That little 4-year cushion. Because if you could go to high school with them, you should be able to date them.
Unfortunately, California does not have an official
Romeo and Juliet
age gap Romeo and Juliet law. Yeah.
Certain states got the Romeo and Juliet law with that. But I think if you could go to you in the 9th grade and you date a senior, that's what I'm saying. It's tricky. And
that's a 3-year gap, I believe.
Nah, this ain't the. See, you older than this.
A 9th grade and a ninth
So it
grade.
should be a 14-year-old and a 17-year-old, maybe 16-year-old about to turn 17. That should be the.
But it's still gonna look bad once you get to this certain age and he's 21 and she's still in high school.
But some people are saying that he met her when she was possibly
12
or 13, somewhere in there.
I personally believe that it's not a good look. Have I seen it? I saw it at my high school at the time. I was witnessing seniors dating freshmen.
Okay, that's 17 with a 14.
17 with a
3-year.
14.
Yeah, that's a 3-year gap.
3-year gap. I was seeing it, and trust me, behind closed doors, we were like, hey, I don't know. That don't look too right. But, like, I don't endorse it, but I understand people are going to be people. You know what I'm saying? So it's not for me to like really judge. I think there is a little bit of a maturity difference there, just coming from middle school and have been in high school for 3 years. A lot can happen. But if we're talking 12 and 17, if that's the proposed,
no. Was that it?
There might be a 5-year age gap between the two.
That's too much.
But we don't know when they met.
That's a lot.
We don't know if it's 13, 18, 12, 17, or 14, 19, but it might be 4 years and some months age gap between them.
I believe they should respect the Romeo and Juliet law. If you could be in high school together, y'all could be together. I feel, but I just said, me personally, I wouldn't, because I don't trust my daughter to be mature enough at 13 to date a 17-year-old and with maturity, and I don't want her to get manipulated in no way.
Right.
And then they need to stop confusing the demographic. All 50 states need to be one legal age of consent.
Well, they do have that in the feds, which is 18 in the feds.
What are you talking about?
Federally.
Age of consent is 18 federally.
You can't do that. That's still confusing because like you go to some states, it's 16.
Well,
you can't do that, bro. So if I've been living in this state and we bone a girl that's 16 and she adult at this age and I move to California, this is what I'm programmed. I'm thinking this is morally correct.
They probably let you slide from most of that, right? Like, because the Romeo and Juliet stuff. But it's like if you are a prolific, like, I don't know, like, committed a lot of essay and you're a older minor with younger minors and you've done it multiple times, you probably get hit with like some kind of federal statute, right? Like they could trigger it when
they ain't gonna. I'm gonna let you slide one this time, but no more young pussy.
I mean, but what happens with federal cases, right? Is like it's when you are like a career criminal, when you've displayed that you're a matured criminal, right? That's when the feds pick up your case.
I'm just talking about on the state level though. Like you know what I'm saying? Like they need to make all 50 states one age.
The feds can technically get you if you live, let's say, in South Carolina where age of consent is 16.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's say you were out there, pushing dope, you get federally indicted. They could indict you for underage sex, even though in your state
it's legal.
Age of consent was 16.
Mm-hmm. All right, so you said what state?
Let's say South Carolina.
All right, so what if I'm from South Carolina and I meet this girl Elizabeth and we in love? You know what I'm saying? I'm 21, she's 16, but we moved to California where it ain't legal at no more.
Now you're committing a crime.
Now, even though we came from from where it's at.
Yeah, and let's be real, we've seen jankier stuff. Like, I've been up in No Jumper, told stories about a chick that I was really into in high school getting picked up by a 23-year-old in a Mustang.
Man, look, bro.
That shit was normal.
It was normal, but when we say this in front of these mics, we gotta watch how we say it, because you know people come for us. Oh, you're.
Oh yeah.
No. But
that's my trauma though.
But it happens. Like these more mature girls that's our age get picked up by these dudes with the cars that's older after school, and like it happens.
Hey, when I was in school, the famous singer Rick James,
Mm-hmm.
he was picking up an underage girl all the time.
It's crazy, right?
And he ended up having a baby with her.
Oh, man.
And then he ended up going to prison with her. But he was 35
Wait,
years.
what?
Hold on. I'm gonna say this. Spit that LL Cool J line.
Oh, man, I forgot. But something about we up at the high school. She's only 17, but I didn't remember. I don't remember. Yeah,
okay.
I'm sure it's a song that LL don't perform live anymore.
Oh, for surely.
And then the other thing, Karl Malone.
Yeah, and the NBA, America, everybody just ignored that one, right? I don't know, because I wasn't a full blown adult around that time, but from the way I've read about it and stuff, people weren't really tripping that he was like dating this young girl.
He had a baby with a 13-year-old, and he was an adult.
Man,
Who did? Karl Malone?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's like one of his.
Type it in real quick, so we can yo. I'm too broke to sue Karl Malone, but we go fact check.
I was trying to remember the
yeah, allegedly. Yeah, because that could be made up stuff.
It
that
ain't
we
made up.
seen, but I
It's
think
facts.
it's real. I think it's facts. Cause I heard that
facts.
story a lot.
You dirty dog, you.
Yeah, but you know what? With this Celeste thing, though, is what we're seeing is a story that was just too good for media to pass up on, and so much information got thrown into it that wasn't necessarily factual. You know what I'm saying? And we, as media, not just us, but also major media outlets, reported on a lot of stuff that may not be true because the story was just too big not to speak on.
What I'm gonna take this as fact. She lied about her age, bro. Because she was too far from home. She from Lake Elsinore, bro. How you that young of age and you drifting that far away from home? You know what I'm saying? And how did you even intermingling and mixing with these crowds, these other crowds? She lied about her age. I don't know who burned her around these people, but she lied about her age for sure.
Yeah, she had fake IDs and all that.
Yeah.
And it's nothing we haven't seen before, right? When it comes to celebrities, whether it's celebrities dating celebrities, one is older, one's underage. You know what I'm saying? Like all of that is happening in the Hollywood Hills. It's just either you're privy to it or you're ignorant to it. You know what I'm saying? Even, I got to be careful talking about this, but everything that's gone on with Nova in the city recently and the Hoover indictment and people speculating that she's on that case, you know what I'm saying? Just information just gets thrown into things because people are trying to put the pieces together at home, but nobody's a detective.
I got those lyrics for you, Munchie.
Let's peep.
Oh yeah, LL.
Girls all over, the kind I adore. I felt like a kid in the candy store. That's when I seen her. Her name was Brenda. She had the kind of booty that I always remember. I said to my man, stop the Jeep. She's only 17, but yo, don't sleep. I kicked the bass like an NFL punter and scooped the booty like a big game hunter. So there you go.
Tough. I hope LL was 18 writing this.
I didn't start it from the top of the verse. Yeah. I went to the high school about 3 o'clock trying to catch a cutie riding my jock. My homeboy's Jeep, the system blasting, Colt 45, smiling and laughing. Girls all over, the kind I adore. I felt like a kid in the candy store.
At a high school?
That's when I seen her. Her name was Brenda. She had the kind of booty that I always remember. And then he says she's only 17, but yo, don't sleep. So basically, this is a verse about a guy that's probably in his early 20s going up to the high school to get girls.
With a beer, Colt 45 a beer.
Yeah, with alcohol, yeah.
That's crazy.
So
that ain't gonna age well. Hey, see, he ain't gonna perform that one.
Yeah.
I don't know what year this was, but LL did start his career very young.
And he could have been rapping in retrospect.
Oh, look, let's go to the album cover up there. What is it? What's the album cover? He's a young man right there.
This is 1989 when this song hit. He was born when? I'm going to say no, he might have been born in 69.
How old is LL Cool J?
No.
LL Cool J is 57 years old.
No. You need his birthday, his birth year. I got it right here. So that song came out in 89. And I believe he was born in 69. And if that's the case, we got a 20-year-old rapping about going up to the high school.
So that's 3 years different.
Let's see here. Yep. Oh, he was born in 68. So the song came out.
So he's 21.
He was 21, talking about going up to the high school.
Yeah,
man. Shame on you. But I guess, like, what, college seniors are what, 22 in college, 22, 23, and the 18-year-olds coming around. Some people probably still 17. It's crazy. I was speaking about it at No Jumper the other day with the Kevin Gates age difference thing and stuff, and I'm like, I don't understand why people just don't want to admit that this is a reality that is happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are dating older, they're dating younger. Women like to date older men. Men like to date younger women.
We ain't saying nothing when a 30-year-old's with a 25-year-old.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and it's like the same thing, right? like there's a wealth of experience between a 25-year-old and a 30-year-old. You know what I'm saying? You getting out of the club.
How about a 25-year-old and a 20-year-old?
25-year-old and a 20-year-old. I feel like you still kind of struggling at 25. Like, you barely getting a grip on it. So it could be in bounds. But I say if you can't drink with her, then you can't do anything with her.
I repeat, I said this a couple times. When I was 15, my girlfriend was 2021, bro. My mom was like, "What are you on, my son?"
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? But I was managed, and you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
But she wasn't nothing but a rat anyway. Like, she had a car, and she had a little Section 8 house in Bakersfield. So
yeah.
I was, and she was older, so that was an ego thing for me.
Oh,
like,
for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure. You was doing your thing.
You know, it's different when you have a son, though.
Yeah.
All right, we'll move on from this D4vd.
We going forever with that.
It's still a lot of unanswered questions, and I could tell that LAPD is not trying to make any mistakes.
We don't know what we don't know. That was another thing I wanted to say, though. They have to consider that he has a wealth of resources to fight this case, so they got to be careful with it, right?
He already got a high-end attorney named Miss Burke, so and he has not made any. This is crazy. I
thought that was his last name.
They do have the similar last name. This is interesting because this guy's not a gangster. He's not from the hood. He's not from the streets. Mm-hmm. And he knows how to keep his mouth shut when he's facing an investigation. You know, most of the dudes, that would be on the internet trying to say, I ain't got nothing to do with this. Y'all crazy.
Right.
This media is lying. Bro ain't saying nothing.
Yeah.
Smart. And he's listening to his lawyer.
And that's another thing about, like, why the cops don't want false information out there, right? Because let's say he comes in for questioning, right? And he's like, you guys are saying I chopped her up. I didn't chop her up. I would never do anything like that. Like, he could paint a story where he's not actually having to talk about, like, what happened and what's in his mind. He's just like, oh, there's a lie out there about it. Let me just go with this. You know what I'm saying? Just go in there, be sad about the lie type shit.
All right, from one LA tragedy to another one. I wasn't really tapped in with this girl, but I ended up looking her up. A Latina singer named Maria De La Rosa was shot and killed while she was sitting in her parked car out in the valley, out in Northridge, and it's looking like a hit. And she was actually pretty popular in her genre. In her music lane. Let me read a couple of paragraphs from here. Young woman who was shot dead in an ambush-style killing in the San Fernando Valley has been identified as a young Latina musician. The shooting occurred just before 1:30 a.m. on Bryant Street and Tampa Avenue in the Northridge neighborhood. Witnesses described seeing two male suspects approach the vehicle that was parked on Bryant Street. LAPD officials said in a statement issued Monday, multiple rounds were fired at several victims who were parked in the area. Several victims who were parked in the area in their vehicle. That doesn't make sense. That was 3 people were inside the car when gunfire erupted, and all of them were struck. LAPD confirmed. One of the victims, a woman, was taken to a nearby hospital by a private party where she later died. The 2 other victims were said to be in critical condition on Saturday. So this is a brand new story. Here's a photo of the corner where it happened at. And yeah, she was a well-known singer.
Okay, so they saying she was in the car with other people. She wasn't, they were not saying different vehicles was occupied. They just saying.
No, it's 3 people in the car. She's the only one that got killed. Okay. What's unclear is if she was the targeted person of the 3 in the car. And I tried to look her up on the coroner website, because it'll tell you how they were shot, like shot in the head or shot in the chest. Mm-hmm. That'll let you know it was targeted. Mm-hmm. She's not popping up in the coroner's website yet, so there's no way to know. And they're not saying if she was targeted. They're just saying she got shot and killed.
Okay, Mark mixing something up. She got some people that's supposed to be high profile. She related to like some like some gangster type Mexican mafia or some like. Is she related to some people like that? Or you didn't hear nothing like that?
Well, I did hear a little something like that with some references to gangs. Let me play a clip here, and this might give us a little bit more information or allow us to theorize a little bit further. Here we go.
And now to that death of a young local musician murdered in Northridge over this past weekend. Maria De La Rosa released her first song just a few months ago and just celebrated her 22nd birthday last month. But now she is the subject of a murder investigation. NBC4's Darsha Phillips is live for us in Northridge, where we are now hearing from the singer's mother. That's new at 11. Darsha.
Yeah, Robert, our sister station Telemundo was able to speak to Maria De La Rosa's mother. She, of course, is devastated, telling Telemundo that she was very close to her daughter and that her daughter was extremely talented and was taken too soon.
She was the best. She was unique. She wanted to help everyone.
A mother devastated. Her daughter, 22-year-old Maria De La Rosa, seen here in pictures from her Instagram page, was gunned down while she sat in a parked car with two others in a Northridge neighborhood.
She was talented. She was good soul. She was her. She was my daughter. She was strong. She was happy.
The shooting happened on Bryant Street, just east of Tampa Avenue, around 1:30 Saturday morning. According to LAPD, witnesses say two men walked up to the car and began shooting, firing multiple rounds. De La Rosa was pronounced dead at the hospital. The up-and-coming Latin singer made music under the name De La Rosa. She released a song in August, and one of her last posts on Instagram hinted that she was in the studio making more music, offering condolences and expressing shock and sadness over the young singer's death.
Now, the two people who were in the car with De La Rosa, a man and a woman, they have not been identified, and we are being told that they were not injured. Police, of course, still investigating this. No arrests have been made, but police do believe that this may be gang-related. Anyone with any information on this shooting is...
There you go, Munchie. That's the last part of it where...
You said the other two wasn't injured.
Yeah, the article said they were in critical condition, right? And hey, that's why I always say this. In the beginning of a developing story, about 70% of what we're going to hear is inaccurate.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just
sure.
We're getting contradictory. This is Channel 4 LA News, and the article I read was from KTLA. So they're getting two different things. But the part that stood out to me, Munch, was the LAPD saying it might be gang related, and then I looked up where this shooting actually happened, and it's in a hood.
Which one?
It's a Latino hood called Bryant Street. And they write, I think they write BST, not sure. But yeah, Bryant Street. They're well known out there in the Northridge area.
Okay.
And
I mean, just from the video, it looked like the trenches.
Yeah.
I'm like, so she was sitting out on that street at what time of night?
1:30.
1:30? This is what makes it seem like it's a hit. I've heard that she was shot 5 times.
Okay,
right?
is that right?
I heard that she was shot 5 times. I heard that there were some body wounds and an upper wound, maybe somewhere in the head, like head area, neck, head area. If she's in the car with 2 other people and she was the only person to get hit, I'm very interested to know where she was sitting in the car. Like, you know, was she the driver? Was she the passenger backseat? Because if it feels like a hit. 5 times you were hit. I don't know if that's true. I could be misreporting right now. 5 times you were hit. You were the only person that was hit in the car. Come on now. That's very targeted.
Yeah, maybe she wasn't paying her taxes. Maybe she was making some money in her career, and they you usually don't really hear about this with women, but with like male artists in the Latino community here in LA, they got to pay somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
And we heard, I don't know if you were familiar with the Swifty Blue situation, but, you know, the Mexican mafia ordered a hit on Swifty Blue.
Yeah, I'm very familiar,
I think Adam said he was with him at a restaurant, and they tried to torture while he was there.
Is that right?
Something like that. Him and Brick was with him, and they tried to...
Okay, so, but I don't usually hear this happening with female artists, but something definitely shady's going on, because, one, it happened in the hood. It happened in the heart of Bryant Street neighborhood. In fact, Bryant Street was one of the intersections with Bryant and Tampa, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So the hood is named after that street.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. Okay, on that dumbass platform, Full Community, the little kid P-Face said, you know, I always want to be a rapper, but I didn't think I could, because, you know, But he said, but I seen Lefty and them do it. So he thought he couldn't even grow up to be a rapper.
Well, he probably knew what comes with that.
The ramifications.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at. He like, I didn't think so I could be one. He not able, like, but you know what I'm saying?
That's interesting that you guys interpreted it that way, because I would have interpreted it the other way.
Did you catch that when you went? Did you even listen to that interview with them?
I haven't listened to any of the interviews on
You ain't missing nothing. But I could just tell you because they ain't getting no clicks or no views from over. But he was like he didn't think it was possible because
because the way they get down.
Yeah,
these organizations.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for some reason, Maria De La Rosa is not showing up in the LA Coroner website. Usually, as soon as you're killed, within like less than 24 hours, you're in the database, and she's not in it.
Right.
So that means that they're still investigating something. The coroner didn't release it. I don't know why, because I was just curious, like where she was shot, because it'll tell you on the coroner site, shot in the chest, shot in the head.
Right.
Something, it's very detailed in terms of how you were shot. It'll say multiple gunshot wounds or one gunshot wound.
And I want to know if the people in the car were actually hit or if they were unharmed, right? Because the clip holds 10, right?
Yeah.
So it's like only 5. Well,
I don't know what they clip hold.
I've heard that
different clips is different. You know what I'm saying? But,
what you're allowed to have in California legally.
10 is the new legal limit.
It's the legal limit. Yeah,
it's been like that. I say new, but it's been like that for over a decade.
Yeah. So I'm thinking if I heard she got shot 5 times, if you told me they emptied the whole clip, now I'm starting to think maybe it was
but
not
it was 2
targeted
shooters,
and stuff like it was 2 shooters.
Mm-hmm.
Two. Well, they said 2 men approached the car.
Mm-hmm. Hey, with gang relating shootings and then they transport you to the hospital, they don't put you in under your name. They put you under a Jane Doe or John Doe. You know what I'm saying? Because like I've been shot a gang of times and they put me under some. You know what I'm saying? I don't be under my name. You know what I'm saying?
No, for real.
So but I was saying that to say that, but then I called myself because they still say if them dudes sustain some injuries, they wouldn't say they didn't get injured. They just went. I don't know, man. That's crazy.
They're calling it an ambush style shooting. So
they crept up on this.
They're making it seem pretty gangster.
Yeah, it's also interesting to me that her mom seems like English is not her first language. Like this seems like this community might be more Hispanic, like more Mexican rooted, and
very much so.
Yeah, closer to that. And we have a few communities out here in LA where you might think that you're just looking at some regular old Mexican people with their boots on and their belt and stuff. Like maybe they just visiting from out of town, but they're the ones that are the factors over there. You know what I'm saying? They run the whole thing. Like the paisa looking ones sometimes is the ones you really need to worry about. Not the ones that you could tell is all banged out, cholo, essayed out. It's the ones that look like a little bit more well-to-do that they might do something to you. So, it's
think
tricky.
she had any kids?
No,
I don't think so.
No, I don't. But did you notice the mom? Anything stand out about her face and her look?
Yeah, she was very plastic surgery, very dolled up type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she was.
They finally got some money.
She was giving off a little cartel housewife. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Mob wives.
I'm not. Yeah, mob wives. Yeah, I'll be easy with that one though.
And if you went to the young girl's Instagram page, it's a lot of sexy poses.
Yeah.
A lot of sexy selfies and showing off the body and things of that sort.
Hey, look, bro.
Yeah, I was interested.
I hope ain't no angry Tinder dude did that, bro. You know what I'm saying? No, for real. Like, and then part of the investigations when stuff like that go down, they look at your spouse first to rule them out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because when I got domed in like 2012, and I was asking my mom like, "Where's my baby mom at?" I was like, "Why? She ain't got nothing to do with this." Oh, we just gotta look at that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, make sure type of thing.
I don't even deal with her. She's way in Palmdale, so like she was way out the way. Probably didn't even know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I wonder. That's what I said. I wonder if she had any kids, baby daddy type thing. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was trying to get to her Instagram just now, but
she don't come off motherly. The young lady that was killed, based off of like her Insta post. But I've seen a few girls that do have kids and they just keep them off their social media.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to go about it these days too. Especially trying to be an artist.
I try to keep my kids off, but they still end up on there. Like Facebook cool, but Instagram I try to keep them. But my daughters, they still pop up on there though, cause they, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I try to keep them off.
Yeah, this one's a bit daunting though. I'm not gonna lie, especially the area and all that, everything that's at play. You know, we gonna have to see in a few months what's going on with all this.
Yeah, and there's parts of Northridge that are really nice, but there is a little corner of Northridge that's the hood.
Oh yeah,
sure.
Sure.
And she was definitely in the hood part.
Yeah.
Well, people moving to California, you can't escape the hood. It's hoods everywhere.
It is.
They in Reseda. They in Burbank. The Playboys out there. They everywhere, bro. You can't. They got the Reseda Thresays. You know what I'm saying? They in North Hollywood. They everywhere. They in Orange County. They got Bloods and Crips in Orange County. You got the Blood L Streets. You got the Santa Ana Watergates. It's just like you can't.
Okay, so I pulled up the gangs that are real close to this intersection where it happened at. So the hood it happened in is Bryant Street, and then if you go to the west of Bryant Street, there's a hood called Canoga Park, Alabama. They actually got a bad reputation of racism. And then if you go to the south, Reseda 13, the one you just mentioned, Munchie.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you go to the east, is a hood called Brown Pride Sureños. And then the OVGs are to the northeast of this location. So it's surrounded.
OVGs?
Yeah, the OVGs got a little spot right over there, just to the northeast. So it's a lot of hoods right there. It's gang.
Why Wack couldn't go park in the OVGs and they get him? That's what they beef with. Shit.
Yeah.
Wow, she looks very well to do on this Instagram.
And she's always in nice spots, right? If you notice the photos, she's in really nice looking homes with high end furniture. Looks very luxurious.
Oh yeah, her life is looking
lavish.
This is not I know she's a singer, but that was my first time ever hearing about her is during this. So I couldn't imagine that, she had too much motion from the music. How many followers she have? 43K.
I think she come from a little money though. I think she come from a money getting family.
Yeah, Rolls Royces, Chanel, Celine.
I heard something about Cartel being associated with her family.
That's what I'm starting to speculate a little bit as well.
Well, if that's the case, there might not be any solving in this case.
They back in Mexico.
We'll find out soon. But yeah, that's a brand new situation here in LA. And let me just also add that Los Angeles is on pace to have the lowest homicides in the last 60 years, which means it's going to be like somewhere in the low 200s.
Y'all should lower that. Y'all should tighten that gap. That last 60 years, that's a long metric, bro.
Yeah, I mean the last time that LA had homicides in the low 200s was 60 years ago.
So it hasn't been that peaceful since.
That's what I'm saying. That ain't a good metric though. Like,
what are you talking about?
It took 60 years to get back to like.
First of all, our city has tripled the size in the last 60 years. It's an incredible metric because we have almost 4 million people now. 60 years ago, it was like 1 million people. So we have like almost let's say triple the population and a fraction of the homicides.
Yeah, he's right. He is right. Yeah, I know what Munchie's thinking though. Munchie's saying you need to take in the height of gangbang until now, not before it, right? You think it should be from not from 1965, but from like 1975 to now is what you getting at, right?
Yeah, like I'll give it 79.
79. That's what he wants. He wants from when it was really popping off till now. Like, show me how it'll be a dramatic decline, though. You know what I'm saying? But what you're saying, it totally makes sense. There's more people, so there should be more happenstance murders, just like accidental murders type shit.
But see, since you talking about numbers, Ricky, I brought something up to me and brought something to my attention. I went and looked at it a little bit. That young dude, Tommy Guns, right? He's a black dude. I think he mixed Mexican and black, but he banged, a Southsider hood. And he was from a city called what, Pixley?
Pixley.
And the population is 3,000. It's about like 75 blacks in the city.
Right.
And they trying to say a Mexican household compared to a black household and the hospitality and how they get down. But how could he really say you from a city that don't even you don't even see that many black people?
Yeah, it's too small.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said the cold part about it is the census says it's only 74 black families there, and you one of them. You know what I'm saying? And you talking down on black people is crazy.
But I think he just going off the household he was raised in because like black people was hospitable.
Oh, for sure.
So I didn't get it.
Yeah, that was one of my main things is black people are so hot. They're hospitable to a fault. Like sometimes that's what gets in the way of black people's progress is that they want to look out for everybody else, the village, versus looking out for themselves.
For the most part, at least in LA, black folks have been more embracing of other people moving into their neighborhoods than probably any other group in the history of Los Angeles.
110%.
You know?
Yeah, when the whole Stop Asian Hate was going on, I was like, look, let me stop y'all right here. Black people are not targeting random Asian people. We have Asian people all throughout our hoods, running our beauty salon parlors and stuff, talking crazy just like we talk crazy to them, and ain't nothing happening to them. You know what I'm saying? So you can't tell me. I'm like, this is some mental health BS that's happening on the streets. Because black people been getting along with Asian people living in their neighborhoods, Mexican people living in their neighborhoods, Arab people living in their neighborhoods. It don't matter. We're not about to mess with you. You know what I'm saying? We more worried about each other than we are worried about somebody that looks different from us.
I think black people is the most that we embrace. We do the most embracing. You know what I'm saying? I don't be getting people. I don't know.
I mean, that's the way it's supposed to be. It's like that old Chris Rock line. Like, you want a pat on the back for something you're supposed to do. Humans are supposed to be embracing to groups moving in their neighborhood.
No, I don't want no pat on the back. I'm just shedding light on it because people they like to point out the negative. Oh, blacks killing blacks, but every race do it to themselves the most. Blacks kill blacks, Mexicans kill Mexicans, and it's white on white crime.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's who you around. So like, stop shedding that and like trying to like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
And then even the Black Lives Matter, you say Black Lives Matter, but you killing black. But that's not the thing. It's black people getting killed and then they having a license to do it. Like the Zimmerman dude, you know what I'm saying? Or these law enforcement dude, the dude went in there, busting the door, a no-knock bell, killed the girl laying in her bed, shot through the wall, and didn't even get charged for murder.
Breonna Taylor.
So that's what I'm saying. That's why they say Black Lives Matter, not because of these local gangs. That's not that.
I believe the feds did eventually come in there and charge one of the shooters in that Breonna Taylor thing. It was the state of Kentucky didn't.
I don't think
didn't charge.
Oh, the feds stepped in.
Yeah, the feds had to come in.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that's the way it is. Don't expect Kentucky to investigate Kentucky.
That dude, that George Floyd, that dude that had his knee on his neck, 20 years ain't nothing. Do you know how many of my homies is praying for 20 years? They in jail. Like, if they get 20 years, they gonna be happy.
Hey, you know the Asian dude just got out. Remember the Asian dude during the George Floyd thing?
Yeah.
He just got out. He only got 5 years, but he wasn't the active participant in it. But he didn't
How
do
do you
anything.
not stop that though?
Yeah.
Like, you know, felony murder, right? It's like when you're incidental in a murder type thing.
He got 5 years and he just got out. Tao, I think his name was.
Yeah. But with the Tommy kid, you know, I learned afterwards that he's 19 years old. And
I don't like that age thing. All right, I told myself and I announced to everybody I'm gonna leave the P-face thing alone. But man, when you become a gangbanger, you emancipated. You an adult at that point. I don't care, bro.
This is a famous Munchie B line.
You a adult, bro. Because where I'm from, like you get the popping off at the mouth, one of the big homies, they go put you on your ass cheeks.
Yeah,
like
that's real.
You an adult, and then kids kill, bro.
Yes,
believe it, because I was in jail for a shooting at 13.
Yeah.
So like when you an adult, you doing adult things, bro. I don't want to hear that, bro. I don't care about that dude's from a gang out there or wherever it's at. You know what I'm saying?
But let me push back though. Even though as a child you can make an adult decision, as a child you could create life. You could have a child, but this doesn't change the fact that you're a child and you haven't lived enough life in order to properly handle the situation. And I think when we're listening to Tommy talk, he's doing this thing where he's double talking. He's actually talking about his life, where people will have a lot of sympathy for him if he was just talking about his life. Like, I can't speak for other black homes, but this is what I seen in my black home with my black mother.
Because it seemed like he got some trauma.
Right, exactly.
Because he referred to his mom, his black mom, as that lady.
Right.
My mom is a black lady. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, damn. Like, so it seemed like he got some little. But yeah. I'm telling you, I mean, I just believe that once you jump off the porch and you enter the gang life, you now emancipate. Shout out Syke.
Okay.
OG Syke from Swan, from A4. Man, he killed the ice cream man as a kid. He killed.
Let me push back though, Munchie. Let me push back. Imagine though, you join a gang when you're 13 and you don't know shit about the world. You done never left your four corners, so to speak. But let's say you alternate life, you get to grow to be 26 years old. You've been around the world, Honolulu, Hawaii. You done been to different parts of the United States, you know, seen everything. And now you have the decision, hey, we're going to put you on. You want to be put on? You want to live this life? You want to make these decisions that may alter your life forever? Or you want to keep on living the life that you've already been living? 9 times out of 10, I'd bet that person's going to say, now that I know more about the world and all that's out there for me and what I can do and accomplish, I'm not going to be from the gang because I know the consequences that come from that. So it's like, I have to take like kind of like a little bit of a grain of salt when these kids are speaking and stuff, because they are still kids. At the end of the day, that's what it is. When they go to trial for killing somebody at 13, 14, even the judge is going to say, this is a kid, bro.
Nah, they
this
go
ain't
through
a grown ass
hearing.
man.
They go through a fitness hearing.
Yeah, they're gonna do. You feel me? Yeah. So it's the same shit. Like, and I gotta extend that to Tommy. I gotta extend that to P-Face as well. Is because you saying and doing all this adult shit when you ain't never dealt with an adult consequence. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, the big homie's gonna, you know, punch on you and be like, that ain't right type shit. But that ain't no different from your mom spanking you and you going outside and doing the same shit you gotta spank it for. You know what I'm saying? You don't know until you know. You need that maturity to get in your body, get in your brain, and help you make better decisions for yourself. So we got to extend that to Tommy. Even at the end of the day, he's a black man, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's the fucked up part about it, is it's a black man disparaging black people. He'll never be able to get away from that. In America, it don't matter what you mix with. If you got one drop of black in you, that's what you are. It's black, bro. So he just hasn't lived enough life. He hasn't been in enough black households and had that hospitality with the cookouts and stuff. I'm sure if we took him to 5 cookouts right after he said that, he'd be like, I got to.
No. I'm not kicking him. Mm-hmm. I'm not knocking him. I'm saying that sounded personal with him, and I could tell even how he referenced his mother. You know what I'm saying? That's his personal experience. It sounded like some little trauma or whatever.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he didn't even know where Laurie's was. He said, you know, I ate all that with the red top. But I ain't knocking him at all. But I just say I don't like using age as an excuse a lot of times. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you on that. Yeah, especially the world that you come from. I'm not knocking that at all, because like you said, that was a powerful statement. Kids kill people.
But you're down for the YOP program where inmates can get out early release because when they committed their crime, they were under 25.
Because they say your brain ain't fully mature to the age of 25.
Correct, yeah.
But see, I know we got to move on to the next topic, but I'm about to keep it real brief with this little story real fast. I ain't going to say the big homie name, but years when I was in high school and I hopped in a car with him and we about to slide to the 60s. We riding through the 60s and we trying to do our stuff. And you know what I'm saying? They out. And I've been in camp and shit. And I'm like, oh shit. I'm saying, I'm recognize people I went to school with, because I went to school over there in the ops, and I've been in juvenile halties, and he passing them up. I'm like, man, we're like, so boom, so we end up just going back to Inglewood. So he explained to me he wanted one of them old niggas, like, you know what I'm saying? He was like, man, they might get so whatever age and figure out this ain't what they want to do, like, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't really expect that coming from him.
Wow, yeah,
he passed up, and these dudes is like on my caliber that he's passing up, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I say get him, feel me? But he like, no, don't trip. We go, but we just went back to the city, and then he's like, nah, cause man, that nigga, say this might be a phase for him, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? It might have been a popping summer he got put on, bro. Leave that nigga alone. Like, I'm like, sorry, dog, but I'm like, but I understand now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, now you get it. Yeah,
I understand. But I'm talking about, I understand when it kind of taking somebody's life, where he felt with that. But I'm not condemning him. I'm not condemning him. I'm just saying, come spend a couple days with me and shit. You know what I'm saying? Pull up. You know what I'm saying? I think the term potluck came from black people.
Come on now.
Well, we got hella block parties. We kumbaya and got hella hospitalities. What?
Off top. He just got to do a little bit more living. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's the case for everybody.
All right, Munchie B, your boy Luce Cannon has been scrubbed from Charisse Mills' YouTube channel. Now, if you remember, Charisse Mills added his name to the YouTube channel. It was Charisse Mills and Luce Cannon. And there were a whole bunch of videos that he was uploading to her original channel, including a bunch of shorts. But if you scroll through, which I'm doing right now, there are no more Luce Cannon content. The Charisse Mills title has been renamed just to Charisse Mills only. If you go to the shorts, where this dude used to post videos every day. There was at least 100 shorts of Luce Cannon in there. They're all gone. She's decided to depart from being associated, at least with the YouTube channel, with Luce Cannon.
That's his child?
That is his child. That is his, and that is his 6th kid, I believe. Yeah, 6th or 7th. And I think she is the 4th one to have children by this dude.
So you got 2 things it could be. And one is automatically X'd off. Is either his attorney advised him to do that, but it was already there.
It's too late now.
It's too late for that.
Yeah.
So you can X that off.
And anytime someone told her to don't put your boyfriend on the internet because it's not wise, she always pushed back. So she was never for protecting him for his case in terms of your first reason.
And number 2, she's very oblivious on how it go as far as the law. And she thinking he was going to get out soon, and he's not. He's looking at more time than she expected. And even if, let's just say, if he prayed to the highest power and the whole Fed thing went away, he still got to go holler at the people in the state because he was running from them based on his baby mama Gigi and whooping her ass and violated that terms of probation or whatever.
Yeah, he's looking at 4 years there.
4 years in the state. So you wasn't about to get no DICK in no time, no near future or nothing like that. So it came to realization that he's about to be gone for a while.
And if she starts dating somebody, the first thing they're gonna say is like, "Why is this dude on your channel?
Yeah.
You're dating me, but you got this other dude on your YouTube channel."
Mm-hmm.
So she scrubbed it, and she had a podcast. Remember her little podcast she had? It was called Sunday Service.
What's up, guys? Welcome to our 5th episode of Sunday Service. And you know, we got special guests in the building, DJ Academics. Come on, round of applause. What's up? What's up?
Good.
You know, a lot's been going on, man. You know, just trying to keep my sanity with all this madness in this world.
Yeah, I heard you on No Jumper really had to check in a couple people. I see you out here standing 10 toes now, though.
Okay.
Where she actually had they tricked Lil Durk into an interview on the Sunday Service.
And that ended up hurting him with his case as well, right?
Yeah. So the whole podcast section that she had only maybe 4 or 5 episodes gone. So she completely scrubbed the channel.
You know what this sounds like? She started listening to the baby mama that was trying to out him as like a manipulator. You know, she's starting to wake up to it. Yeah, the further she got away from Luce Cannon and months went by and that whole appeal of this is my person starts to rub off, you start to wake up and realize, you know, I'm a clown in the circus too.
I doubt that.
You don't think so?
No, she was fully aware Luce Cannon get in because she played a part of it. So it ain't like she just opening her eyes to it. You know what I'm saying?
No, I think she was complaining behind the scenes because I got privy to a conversation that Charisse had with Luce Cannon's mom, and they were arguing, and Charisse was like, "You raised a son that all he does is come on the internet and lie." So that let me know that she was somewhat uncomfortable of all the lies, but she was going for it because that was her dude.
Nah, that's the same instance of you having sex with this dude all year, y'all fall out and you say his dick little. Nah, you been knowing he was a liar because you sat there and lied alongside with him. Nobody ever heard of a ghost producer. You know, he talking about he produced for all these people, and she made up the term, oh, you know they got ghost producers. Like,
I'm from South Central California, Crenshaw District, the 6th side. Super producer, produced for Mariah Carey, Beyonce, Usher, 50 Cent, The Game, Cardi B, Offset, Rich the Kid, etc. Like for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So you've been producing for music for years?
For years. Since I was like 14. I had a hit record with 50 Cent, and then...
Well, what song?
Can't say, but a hit record.
NDAs, you know, when they buy off the license to...
Because I was actually writing and producing and stuff like that. So I got an opportunity with Chris Lightning before he died or whatever, and one of 50 Cent's biggest records.
So you produced it?
I produced it.
But you don't have credit for it in the album?
You know what they do when they have those ghost producers and they buy it out?
So basically, I was got signed with Scott Storch, and when I got signed with Scott Storch or whatever, everything went under him, and then we fought for it when I got up older of age, because I wasn't up at age. I was only 14 years old when I did the hit.
Oh, damn. Okay. So what are some other big records? What are some stuff you can't talk about? Like what's your biggest record that you've produced?
You could say Bodak Yellow with Cardi B. Got her started.
You produced that?
Of course.
Wow. Okay, that's what's up.
But then all the lies were his lies. She got dragged into his lies. You know, she had to back up his lies. At some point, you start looking at this like, how stupid do you look?
Right.
I'm backing up all this dude's lies.
Right.
Her whole YouTube channel was full of lies.
He owned all these Subways, 63 Airbnbs.
Right. And then you realize that, like, I'm pretty sure she thought that she was, for a while, they kind of had a little motion there with, like, Wack, and Luce and all that. And then Luce said something to Wack that he didn't like, and he just turned the water off. And now she's realizing, I have no celebrity. Like, any power, illusion of power I had is now torn down completely. You feel me? And I'm just living in a web of lies, like you were saying. And especially like with the whole media circus thing, like you could try to play the ringleader and think like, oh, I'm controlling this, whoopty wham wham. And she's thinking I'm the right hand to the ringleader. And then she realizes I'm just another clown in the circus.
Ricky.
You know?
Bro, do you know this man, Luce Cannon, just recently called in and I'm disappointed in TMZ to even platform this, and he said he broke the news to Big U that his son was unalived and they cried together, right?
Oh man,
TMZ wasn't supposed to platform that, bro. Cause I took TMZ like as a more credible resource, and TMZ, y'all watch all these platforms just like the rest of the world do. Y'all know this dude lying. You know this dude ain't got a song with Drake.
They ain't paying attention to Luce Cannon.
Yeah, he is, bro. Bro, it's hard to miss him. Come on, bro. He attaching his lies to all these people, bro.
But that's the thing that got him on, though, for real. When you think about it, like okay, in LA and being a part of like No Jumper and consuming No Jumper content, I did think for a second that Luce Cannon was somebody. You know what I'm saying? For a second,
right? Because you would think, well, who would make up a lie this big?
Right. Who would make up a lie this big? And then in LA, it's always little players next to big players. You know that's the thing. You might be standing next to somebody that was just partying with Meek Mill and being treated like one of the guys or whatever. It happens all the time. But the more you start to listen, the more you like, man, get this dude. Like next episode, where's the episode without Luce? I'm tired of dealing with the Luce Cannon shit. But you know, for looking outside in, they may not gauge it right. You know what I'm saying? We from here.
I knew this guy was a liar during the MySpace days.
Oh, okay, so you go way back with him.
I never had a MySpace.
Because his name, he took the name off of one of my childhood friends, Luce Cannon. Yeah, Luce Cannon is a dude that was involved in hip hop back in the day. He was managing artists like Nas. He worked with so many artists. And back in the MySpace days, I think this fake Luce Cannon piggybacked off of his career. And he said he was the producer. He ain't never produced nothing. The real Luce Cannon produced, you know.
So he's been lying since 2008? MySpace was back in like 2008, 2006. He's been lying?
Correct.
We went to the studio. He was with Ashanti and shit or whatever. And y'all know Del Dog from Main Street, right? That's my uncle, right? So we went to the studio or whatever. They was, I guess all the Main Streets was securing the studio for Nelly or whatever. Nelly brought one of his homeboys in or whatever. These niggas was like acting like since they paying a nigga from Main Street or whatever to protect him or whatever, it was cool. So this one nigga flossing around with said he had a gold frog, right? Nigga, the frog was big than a motherfucker. So a nigga from Main Street, nigga took off on Cuz, right? Bam, bam, bam. Next thing you know, he take the frog, right? Nigga, he come back an hour later and said, nigga, this is not gold, this is brass. They beat Cuz up again and made Nelly give him $10,000 for nigga, or they was gonna do that to him. So nigga, I wouldn't have gave him shit, but shit, hey, that's how the game goes when you come to the West Coast.
I even have MySpace text messages between the real Luce Cannon and the fake Luce Cannon, because the fake Luce Cannon would be in the real Luce Cannon's DM back in the MySpace days.
That's crazy.
So when he popped up in 2024, really late 2023, I was like, this dude is a fraud. Right off the bat, I knew he was a fraud. And it was crazy that it took a year before the general audience knew he was a fraud. Because like you said, when you first saw him on No Jumper, that would have been January of 2024. Some people were like, okay, this dude probably been around and did his thing.
Yeah.
But by the end of 2024, I think most people knew this dude was a fraud.
Well, 100%. I knew that first No Jumper interview. I knew that was all lies.
Well, yeah, I knew Munchie ain't nothing gonna pass Munchie.
I knew that was all.
Yeah, he knew.
What you mean? You walked up to Meek Mill like you know what it is.
Yeah, but to the average person,
security looked the other way.
But you can understand, like the average person probably thought he was who he was, right, Munch?
I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you have to like separate yourself from being Munchie B. You don't know nothing, right? And you're just listening to this dude. You're like, okay, this stuff does sound like it could happen, right?
Because I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, one, it's f***ed up that you airing out the big homies drama online because now you're not cool with them. And it sounds like you committing crimes in this.
Yeah.
But it's like the classic LA tale of we caught a rapper out of bounds. Yeah, maybe he is thorough where he's from, but here he don't got all them straps. He don't got all those homies with him. So we taxed him so he can make it back home. I'm sure we can't go to Philly now, but hey, we don't ever want to go to Philly. We want to kick it on the block anyway. So I was like, damn, okay, maybe this, maybe it happened type thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I was more believing the pressing of Rick Ross than Meek Mill. But yeah, like just the more he talked and stuff, I was like, yeah, this is cap.
Actually, I found an old clip of him that I put in a couple videos that I did before that is undated, but it's somewhere between 06 and 08. And in that video, he's just talking mess. So if you see this old video of him young, and then you listen to what he's saying now, you'll be able to link the two and be like, this dude has just been a fabricator for the last 15 years.
Right.
But Kurupt is from 6 hours.
Yeah, but it still is like, it's nothing over there like that. If he ain't breaking bread with the hood, niggas don't like him anyway, because this nigga's a bitch anyway. And to keep it all honesty, niggas didn't fuck with him because he was a hood nigga. They fuck with him because he brought bread to the hood, brought dope to the hood. So when he wasn't bringing no money in, shit, he ran to the East Coast. And that's where he at, living in New York. Kurupt, you fuck with Storm and them. I know where you at. You best beware because when I see you, I'm going to break your motherfucking face, nigga. And tell Oklahoma Daz he's going to do what you, nigga.
Okay, see?
I'm going to break his face too, nigga. And Snoop, you ain't from motherfucking Long Beach originally. You from Mississippi.
And then Spider had a run-in with him. Spider Loc had a run-in with him back in the late MySpace days about...
He said he was in an elevator with Spider, and he said he was pressing him, and he was like, "Some cuz." He's like, "Don't say cuz, you ain't no Crip." Spider like, "I ain't tripping.
Yeah, that never happened.
Never happened.
And then I had J.O. Felony up here because J.O. Felony was highly offended.
He was hot.
That Luce told a story about knocking him out.
Slapping him and knocking him out.
Yeah.
They're from the same hood?
No, J.O.'s from San Diego.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. I don't even think they've ever even met. Maybe they were in the same room one time. I don't know.
I don't even think that.
But, this dude was clever to get away with some stuff because he would find a way to
mix the truth with the lie.
Well, he found a way to get a video with Draco the Ruler before he passed.
Mm-hmm.
He found a way to get Nip on a song early in Nip's career.
Yeah.
Nip would have never done no song with him later in his career.
For sure. He had to pay for that. Hey,
yeah.
Cause I need to ask YG, what was you doing on that song, bro? That
was early in their careers. That was like 2010. YG came out. Didn't he debut in like 09 or 08?
No. YG was out. I was in oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. Early high school. For sure.
So that song with him and Nip, I believe, is dated 2010.
Okay, yeah. So that makes sense. They were both just kind of popping off.
Because Nip's Bullets Ain't Got No Name came out in 07. Those three back-to-back CDs.
But the one he put out, is it the first marathon or something? That's the one that really I feel like he was polished on. That's when, because he kind of had a little bit more emotion than YG at that time. The one with Rose Clico on it or whatever, that was when his more
I don't
like.
think Nipsey ever had more emotion than YG. What you mean emotion?
Well, okay. Well, I'm saying from the standpoint of like So I was like in parties and stuff, like jerking with like Mustard and YG type. They were just younger. It seemed like Nipsey was more poised to have that industry run early on, whereas YG at that time seemed like more of like a LA act.
No, it was the other way around. Cause you know, like Nipsey couldn't get on the radio without YG. He had to have a YG collab. You know what I'm saying?
That wasn't a YG collab. That Nipsey song that made it on the radio.
Last time that I checked.
No, there's one before then. There's one before that where he samples the old 70s song or whatever.
You got bitches ain't shit, but that's YG shit.
There's one earlier than that. There's one earlier than that. Let me look
songs,
it up.
Like is.
I think it's with the dude, man.
Shut up! Don't talk to me. That's YG.
No.
Anytime it was a radio hit, it had to be with YG on the song, unless it was Last Time That I Checked, and that was Nipsey's song.
Nah, he had one way back in the day, bro. He had one way back in the day. I'm telling you, it was on Power 106.
It had to be 08 then. It had to be 08.
Oh, around that time, 09, I was in high school. I remember I heard it. Let me see. Nipsey Hussle. Y'all remember that artist, Man? He was from LA somewhere.
Oh, you talking about the dude from West LA?
I think so. MANN. Buzzing, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that song, but look, listen. I'm just go back to the original thing. At no point did Nipsey have more emotion than YG. He ain't been on the tours he been on or the places he been. You know what I'm saying? Or sold the records.
Yeah, I mean, I could be talking about perception. So I'm in high school at this point. So I'm closer in age to YG than I am to Nipsey.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking at the time, you know, the way Nipsey was presenting himself and stuff, like Nipsey is next out the city, because you got to think who was before Nipsey, right? It was Game, and Game is all over Bullets Don't Got No Names, right? He's all over that. He's got like 3 songs on it, 2 songs on it, or something like that. So I'm thinking that Nipsey is gonna be the next like big studio guy to get a deal type thing. Whereas YG, you got to think the whole Jerk era and stuff. Like I've been saying, Ty Dolla was really the dude in that whole crew. To me, I thought Ty Dolla was gonna be the one to like blow early type shit. So you got YG, you got the Rejects, you got the Power Rangers. All them dudes is like making similar type music. No one knows what cream is gonna rise to the top. Then Tooted and Booted comes out and it's like, okay, all right, like this is a slapper. Like it's not just being played out here, it's being played in the Bay, it's being played in probably New York or wherever. You know what I'm saying? So that's when you kind of started to see it was about to be big for YG. But yeah, so it's just perception. I'm not saying that it's facts. This is just how I felt as a high schooler. You know what I'm saying? Just being in these places and stuff. Like even I was telling that story when me and Ralphie was talking about Draco about, you know, just being at a party that Mustard had DJ'd. When I know this is DJ Mustard, but he's DJing in the homegirl's backyard and we getting our freak on or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just kid type shit over in Hawthorne somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you don't know that he's like gonna become DJ Mustard. That still kind of blows my mind. You know what I'm saying?
I caught DJ Mustard at the park. Well, I went to go videotape the police like raiding this park over there on La Brea and Stocker. And there was a bunch of young kids up in there, and DJ Mustard was one of the young kids in the video. That it's on my channel. I think this was 09. So how old would have DJ Mustard been in 09?
09. So it says YG's 35. So he's 4 years older than me. If they the same age, he was probably 18. He was probably like 18 at that time.
When I went to overall, I was in the 8th, and Mustard was in the 7th.
And they was pushing Pusha Inc.
Yeah. See, Pusha Inc. That's how I really associated them as. It was like everybody had their little crews, their little dance crews and stuff like that.
I know YG from way back then.
But can you imagine being on the internet and able to tell tall tales? But one of the true tales is, I got a song with YG and Nipsey.
Yeah.
Which is true.
Yeah. And then, look, another thing I wanted to say about Luce Cannon, fair play to him, later on in his career and the more No Jumper appearances he made, he kind of became more of an entertainer. Some of the shit he was saying was funny.
I couldn't believe.
You know what I'm saying?
Look, I couldn't believe, Munchie, when we had J Stone here. And J Stone was like, "Oh yeah, when he says that, that's my shit. I laugh at that, sweetie." Yeah. And I was like, "You really like that?" He's like, "Yeah."
Honestly, I still say it. I still say that.
Honestly,
shit.
I thought it was corny. I thought it was completely corny. I thought that him screaming that should alert us that something's wrong with this dude.
I never found him funny.
Yeah,
I don't think 4 Extras is funny or entertaining, but Crip Mac is funny on accident.
Mm-hmm.
Like he funny, but But like,
we gotta act dumb to be entertaining. Is that what you're saying, Rick?
No, not at all.
Faux extra, Crip Mac, Luce Cannon, all going viral for what?
Let's be real though with Crip Mac. Y'all remember Crip Mac's first video in the county? Y'all remember Crip Mac's first video in the county pressing Cardi B?
No.
Where he was like,
just saying the word.
I can't even repeat half the shit he said in the video. But it was funny because I felt like we weren't laughing with him, we were laughing at him. It was like, yo, you got to be careful with some of these street dudes because they really ain't all up there. You feel me?
No, Crip Mac is funny to me though.
Okay,
when he found out that Nas X was gay,
he has moments. Crip Mac, this is my problem with Crip Mac though, not to keep cutting you off, but like my problem with Crip Mac is like I don't like watching people where I feel like I'm laughing at them because I feel like he's a little slow. So I was like kind of staying away from Crip Mac's content a little bit, but then more people were like, yo, this dude is funny, you gotta watch him. He be saying little funny shit sometimes. I kind of started tapping in and I was like, okay, maybe he is there and he's just doing his thing. 4Extras though and Luce Cannon, these are lucid individuals. They know what they're doing and what they're saying and they're following the internet playbook to get on. They got a catchphrase.
I never heard nothing fun. I never heard nothing funny out of 4Extra's mouth except for his mispronunciations of words. I never like Adams.
Well, I never
like,
said.
He
I
called
never
Adam
said
22 Adams like the street.
I never said 4Extras was
no
funny,
jumpers or he, instead of verbatim or I'm like damn bro ain't nobody gonna tell. Hey, but like he not fun. But I'm talking about all the gimmick because it's a lane for gimmick.
Gimmick. There we go. Gimmick.
You know what I'm saying? The gimmick content creators. Crip Mac kind of I ain't gonna lie. He disrespectful by the mouth, but he funny though.
He had his moments. I'm not saying 4Extras is funny. The cat was
He was in the car with Lupe. He can't drive. He was like, she was scared. He like, stop acting like a custard.
Yeah. No, he's like the godfather for all that shit. Yeah, but I don't know. I'm just saying what I'm saying is that I saw Luce grow into some kind of like entertainer, you know, as he kind of like matured and he should have just kept that route. He should have tried to go the hard way, right? Just be entertaining, be funny, learn how to talk on podcasts. Don't get up here and be lying for clout.
Who?
Luce.
But that's how he made his name.
Trait. No. He can't help it. He a pathological.
He has a little bit of a problem with that, right?
He lied.
Pathological liar.
Like off the like impulse. He lied. His first thing is to lie.
Yeah.
He can't help it.
Yeah, it's like we don't gotta be dumb to be funny. I definitely don't believe that. But it's like, okay, I say this with 6ix9ine. I know Munchie is not gonna agree with me. It's like if 6ix9ine just stayed away from the gangster stuff and got himself tied into all that, like when you watch his interviews and stuff, he's lightweight, kind of funny. Like he's like a little Mexican academics or something.
No. I agree.
He could have made a name for himself just being an entertainer. Like you never need to be big blood in the video and now you snitching on all your home. He never needed to do that. He just needed to trust that he was what he thought he was, an entertainer. You know what I'm saying?
I think he did have to go through that because now that he went through it, get away from it. You know what I'm saying? And then what you talking about, do that. Like, because he is entertaining. And he tell a lot of truth, though. But I don't like that you want to point out what everybody else doing that's flawed because you messed up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But no, you ain't saying nothing wrong with the.
They're all trolls, though.
Trolls, there we go. Lol cows. That's what they do. I wouldn't put 4Extras in that category. Like I think 4Extras he just represents like the most banged out homie. Like everybody got a homie like 4Extras in LA. Come on now. We done all seen it. But he just figured out a way to put it to the mainstream people. I guess the only moment I thought was funny was like his original Cam Capone interview or whatever. He's like talking about you got to catch all these fades. All of them.
Giving niggas some money and shit. And sweep shit on the rug. That's out. I'm keeping my foot on every nigga neck. I ain't giving nigga no breath, no ear, no nothing. No space at all. 40 crib. I'm tripping. Stay tripping. I'm always gonna be tripping. So he came to the dorm. I got out the hole and shit. I just got out the hole. I've been out the hole for like 3 weeks up to a month for getting a nigga over. So I landed 812. So like a week or two later, he land there. So he come in, bang on him. Where you from? Hoover. 40 crib. We gotta get down, nigga. Dead home, you gotta get down, nigga. Go to the back. So we go to the back after, doing chow and shit, lunch and shit, passing our thing, going to the stairs. You know what I'm talking about, where we squabble at. Dead homies immediately get up in there, what? 40 crib. Get the squabbling, get cracking and shit. Boom, I crack him, he fly over the table. You get what I'm saying? We like, hold on, and all this shit. Now, and he trying to, what's the name? Was acting like, nigga, I was 50 years old. Yeah, this Step Pop talking like I was 50. You know what I'm talking about? They said he was 19 at the time. That means I was 26 at the time. I'm only 7 years older than a nigga. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, some niggas don't want to admit to ass whoopings. But that's not part of being a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? Off the back is an enemy. So off the back, nigga, I'm squabbling you. I'm not giving no enemy no pass. And I don't expect no enemy to give me a pass. Because we beefing and it's on site and you active. You get what I'm saying? That's the part about being active. That's part of being a real nigga. Niggas getting cracking. I'm getting cracking. I'm active. Nigga, I don't give a nigga if you was 6'2", nigga 50 years old or 100. I'm getting cracking. Because I'm from rolling 40s. And I'm getting cracking. Ain't no passes. All that pass shit. Talking about what's the name? Come on. You think if a nigga was in a neighborhood dorm, you what the nigga, knock it off.
All right, man. Last thing I want to talk about before we get out of here is Wack100 lawsuit, World Star HipHop for $5 million. He claims he won the lawsuit. He said it's over.
And what's the deal with that?
Well, I got the docket entries right here. And this case is still pending. It's still opening. And I think that what occurred here was MediaLabs is World Star HipHop. So this is a lawsuit he filed against MediaLabs. And on November 6th, MediaLabs requested a dismissal. And basically the judge said, no, we're not going to dismiss the case. It's still going to go forward. So on November 7th, the case is removed from the special status. And then also order to show cause. Order to show cause means there's enough for this case to continue. And look at the next court date. Order to show cause.
In the top of the year.
January 9th, 2026. This case is still going. There is no settlement. No one won any money. And it seems as if he's going around on Clubhouse talking about he won the case. And this is crazy. The amount of blatant lies that are told. Like, what type of person do you have to be to tell a lie that we can all just go look it up to see if it's true or not? It's one thing to tell a lie that we don't really know, we can't find out, but to tell a lie that anybody could just use their fingertips to go pull it up is, to me, diabolical. It's like, I don't even want to ever hear from you again if your level of lies is so egregious that it'll take me 5 seconds to dissect it. Why are we listening to a person like this? Why is this person even entertaining, Munchie?
So wait, what was do we got the Clubhouse snippet where he was saying like he literally said like, you know, like I won type, like Ali kind of rant type of thing?
I'm sure it does fine. On the World Star website, there was a video purporting to contain evidence and allegations of Wack100 being a federal informant. This video ran on the World Star site. You see it. You're upset. You reach out. Basically, the gist of what happened is that Big U, who has a close working relationship with World Star because they at one point hosted his podcast, Checking In, which I filmed an episode of that never came out. And all of season 2 never came out. But Big U basically sent it to World Star, told
his
them
business partners
this was legit, and said, hey, can y'all post this? Apparently, they didn't really feel the need to do any background research into it, and they did release it. They put it on their platform, and then you basically threatened them and said, hey, I'm suing you because you posted false information about me.
I did not threaten them.
You just sued them.
Yes.
And then they settled.
Well, they filed they tried to file some paperwork. The judge pretty much said, we need to research this because, see, here goes the thing. When you file a civil suit on somebody, right, all doors are open.
Meaning you have access to their texts, their emails.
You get access to everything pertaining to this.
But it's like you get search terms. Like you're able to basically be like, I want to do discovery on Wack100's phone, and I want to see anything containing the word Adam and no jumper.
You get to open the files up to a case, everything, thorough, full investigation, right? It was crazy because it's a document that says that whoever this back CS2 dude is in fear of his family in the main streets. I'm not from main streets. I've never stepped foot in the main streets in my life. I may have drove down the street, but I've never been in the main streets. And he was a low-level drug dealer, right? I'm not a drug dealer. And if I was a drug dealer, I definitely wouldn't be a low-level one if that's what I chose to do. But they ran their narrative, Big U with his slow ass, right? Went over there with his business partners, and this is what's funny, and got them to do it. They trusted it, right? When I filed the suit, they doubled back to him. Hey, send us, he ain't have nothing. Right? So the judge like, hey, put it on the table. Right? Ain't nothing there. There's nothing to show that this man is whoever this individual is.
But so this got to the point where it was almost going to go to trial?
Hell yeah. Because at this point in time, when they filed their motion and the judge was like, no, y'all got to put it on the table.
How much do you think you spent?
Who?
On challenging them. Like, I mean, it costs a lot of money to prepare this kind of legal defense.
I don't know, because this is what I tell people. Look, man, I'm not one of these dudes. You should understand this. Well, I don't know how you do yours. My attorneys stay on continuous retainer. So I'm, I don't really get bills like that because it's a continuous thing that just goes to them.
But what the f are your lawyers doing the rest of the time? Because I'm not like...
It doesn't matter. But it doesn't matter. When it pops up, they deal with it. I may have 2-3 things going on at one time. You got to remember, it just ain't for me. It's for my clients as well, right? So depending on what's going on, I may put them on it. So I can ask them, you know what I mean? I know we did all right. You know what I'm saying?
Would you say that this...
I know we wasn't 5 figures. I know we was 6 figures. We was 6 figures.
That's a headline on No Jumper.
Yeah,
I just didn't click on it.
Yeah,
I'm not up to date because he be sending me the Clubhouse stuff. Like I don't get none of my Clubhouse information if it's not in the group chat or something like that.
But I know that no one's going for it because 80% of the comments are like lies.
Well, all this comment section look like that.
Yeah. Hey, that's bad when your own comments on your own channel aren't even rocking with you. So are we just watching the clown show? Is that what we're being entertained by? It's more of a clown show.
Rock the clown.
One of the things I don't agree with is that all press is good press. I will never ever agree with that slogan.
I don't like that slogan either.
I don't agree with it.
There's some people that die by that.
Yeah.
I don't care what they're saying about me. As long as my name is in the press, I'm happy.
Yeah, we like to, sometimes on the show, we like to do a either or with the girls. And recently we asked the last one, would you rather go viral for the wrong reason or never go viral at all?
And what's the percentages on that?
She said the wrong reason. She was like, I feel like I've already been viral for the wrong reason, because a lot of these girls got OFs and stuff like that.
Yeah, they don't care.
They don't care.
If you got an OnlyFans page, that doesn't even matter to you.
Right. Yeah. So I think a lot of people live and die by that. Not just speaking about this situation, but just a lot of stuff where people just rather have their name in the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? Like my homie had to put me on the phrase lolcow, where people have an audience that basically hates them and they feed their audience like reasons to hate them. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's like doing something embarrassing to themselves or, just like, in this circumstance where you guys are saying that he's lying about this, it's just something that I guess that people are engaging in on the internet. Wack doesn't claim to be a journalist. I think he looks at himself as more of an entertainment figure. So I guess if if he stands by the idea that all press is good press, if his name's in the algorithm and it's doing numbers and stuff, then he's okay with it,
Well, he definitely gets mad at Munchie and myself when we expose some of his lies. He tends to go at us harder than anybody else that criticizes him.
I've seen a little bit of it. Trust me, from the fan standpoint to now being in the into the group or whatever in the media. Like, hey, Wack said, me too. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't even do anything. I was just on the couch type of thing.
You ain't saying nothing wrong.
Hey, the funniest Wack moment was when he was in Las Vegas court via Zoom, and the prosecutor was tearing his ass up, exposing his lies.
You want to authenticate that?
It's going to be Vlad TV interview.
Yeah, so you agree that you did a Vlad TV interview, is that right?
I work for Vlad. I'm contracted to go to Vlad. I go there like every 2-3 months.
In fact, you did one about a month ago. Is that right?
1 or 2 ago, maybe something like that. Yeah.
Okay. And I think Mr.
About
Arnold.
months ago, about 2-3 months, 2-3 months ago. Yeah.
I think Mr. Arnold will stipulate that the person depicted as Wack100 is Mr. Jones.
Right.
Okay. All right, so I think we have foundation for the Vlad interview for 21. You may play it.
His lawyer did an interview recently and said, Keefe is a liar. He made up all this stuff just to make some money from people like, me for interviews and to get out of a serious drug case. He was never in Las Vegas. All of this is fake. And he's not connected to Tupac's murder at all.
Yeah, I believe him. You believe him?
Do I believe him? That's up to law enforcement. I'm not gonna say.
Keefe got a bail. He's supposed to be home.
That's up to law enforcement.
He's supposed to be home in the next month. I've been thinking about going to bail him out.
You gonna bail out Keefe?
Yeah, it's only $75,000.
Well, because it's $1 million bond?
Like $750.
$750, so you gotta put up $75,000.
Yeah, I've been thinking about going to get him and what the stipulations that I do the series on it. People will watch it.
Yeah.
Mr. Jones, did you hear that interview?
That's the interview.
Yeah, and it's fair to say that.
Do you understand, Brian?
Wait, sir. You can answer my questions. I'm sure Mr. Arnold has questions for you. You can answer those as well. So it's fair to say that you said you would bail Mr. Davis out as long as he follows some stipulations, correct?
Well, that's just entertainment with Vlad.
Sir, my question my question simply requires a yes or no answer. Did you say that you would bail out Mr. Davis, assuming he follows some stipulations?
With Vlad, me and Vlad discussed that.
Okay,
We was gonna say that. We discussed what we're gonna do before we interview. Now everybody knows that about Vlad.
And in fact, you said that you would bail him out in return for an agreement to do a series on Mr. Davis's life, correct?
That's what I said to Vlad, but TPD is already involved with somebody. With that, I believe, with his book. I have no contracts with him, no dealings with him on that.
Okay, so you're saying what you said there is just not true.
We have, before you go on Vlad, you have a discussion about what you're going to talk about, what needs to be said so we can drive the views. There's nothing about Vlad or nothing about YouTube that says that we're being truthful about what we're saying. We're entertaining. I'm just, being truthful with you. I do a lot of interviews. I do interviews every week on No Jumper, and we sit there and we BS about things and we exaggerate things or we make up things. But it's a view thing. They pay you for that.
Okay, so you are exaggerating or not telling the truth when you're on Vlad TV.
I mean, you see the number I gave wasn't accurate. If I was gonna, that's what the conversation was, I would have gave you the accurate number if that's what it was.
All right, Your Honor, at this point, I would like to publish a jail call between Mr. Davis and Mr. Jones.
He was lying in court, under oath.
What case was this?
That was trying to bail out Keefe D. You never saw that video?
No, I never saw that. I know he said he was trying to do something for him or whatever, trying to help him out with his case because he felt bad. He's an old dude in jail, but I didn't see anything past that.
Oh, he wasn't just there lying.
Oh,
they said, okay, let's play this clip. After he would testify, let's play this clip. Well, this is what you said here, Mr. Jones. Well, that's just an interview. We just do that. We just make shit up sometimes. Yeah. He admitted that they make shit up on Vlad TV.
Damn.
So that's the funniest clip for me.
They had him dead to rights like that. So they watching the podcast like every day.
Hey, every single prosecutor, every single defense attorney is looking at your social media if you are in the courts.
Yeah.
Civil case, criminal case, it doesn't matter. This was a civil case.
Right.
It wasn't even a civil case. It was just a bail hearing, it's just a bail hearing. And they are dissecting everything he was lying about on the internet.
Which ain't hard to do.
Yeah, that's easy. That's easy. And it didn't make, it made a whole lot of sense that he had Luce Cannon as his right-hand man for a year. They were a perfect tandem.
Yeah, well, but he like flunkies though. He don't deal with people his caliber. He deal with like that little crackhead dude off Clubhouse Beast. He deal with people like 600, Luce Cannon, like flunkies, like people like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know.
Yeah, so he's on Clubhouse saying that he won the case. I'm not CS2 back. They owe me $5 million. And the next court date is in January of 2026. So that case is still going. It's probably going to end up going for about another year. We don't know what the outcome's going to be.
I do.
Well, you got a crystal ball that I don't have.
Up is at the house. Because you going to say you're not that, but then you got to prove that you can't go either way.
Well, he's
So
basically
Offset.
he's saying that World Star HipHop slandered his name. So he's got to prove something in that documentary that Deuce M's pretty much produced was slander towards him.
First of all, you CS2 back and suspect number 4, and you still free? You free for a reason, bro.
Oh yeah, he's suspect. Oh, let me also say before we wrap this up, it has been 11 months since the no jumper beating.
You need to stop counting.
No, because I believe it's coming down. I believe that an indictment is coming down, and the longer it takes, the more it lets me know it's in the Fed's hands. It's out of Burbank's hands now. Because if it was in Burbank's hands, it would have been an arrest. So Burbank has to step back, turned it over to the feds. You know, the feds love to say after an 18-month investigation or after a 24-month investigation. Sometimes they might even say after a 3-year investigation.
Wait, but why are you guys tying Wack into that though? I thought that was Luce Cannon's.
Wack is suspect number 4 in that paperwork.
Yeah, in the police. Did you ever read the Burbank police report?
That's the one thing I don't do is I don't be pulling people's paperwork.
We didn't pull it.
Oh, it's out there.
It's so high profile.
Oh, okay.
He got his ass beat butt ass naked in front of no jumper.
I saw that video. And I did hear Wack's defense of because Adam was kind of upset at him for it and stuff. And I watched that play out, and he said I didn't do anything.
Okay,
I didn't put hands on the man, and my people didn't do anything. I'm up against the wall, and
people don't
that's
ever
what
do
the
anything,
video looked
bro.
like.
You didn't hear him bragging about the beating on Clubhouse then?
No.
Yeah, you come up there and mess with me. This is what happens.
He bragged about it.
Yeah.
He bragged about it like he sent the hit, bro.
Okay.
It's still on the internet.
I did not hear that. I thought he was pretty remorseful.
I was in there working, and before I go in, they know if we expecting anybody. So, nigga pulled up. I'll give y'all a slight visual of one of the individuals. PTR. That's one of the individuals after the double stripping occurred. They pulled up. They said, "What's up, homie?" They said, "Yeah, we hit a holla at Wack." And that was the outcome. The other one was in the back. He crawled in the trash can himself trying to get away. I don't think he know he was at. But I keep warning y'all, I am not a rapper. Don't come playing. Don't come playing, my nigga. I keep trying to help y'all. Do not believe that I am a 47-year-old survivor. I am a paranoid nigga that's not driven by fear, and my team around me ain't playing. They not playing.
Not at all. That nigga is butt ass naked with socks on. Knock the fuck out.
He got double stripped.
Because I think it was the Adam and Wack show where they had a little confrontation
He
about
was
it.
remorseful because he didn't get the response he thought he was going to get.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm almost certain indictments are coming down, but I will say I'm not 100% clear if Wack was going to be part of that, but the feds could really link you into something with very little action.
Right.
And it seems like he was sort of the ringleader that night. It seems as if his crew participated, to a certain degree.
I'm not going to say his crew, he participated. They were just there.
No, there's people picking up jewelry off the ground that belonged to the people that got beat up.
And then he brought the watch back. Why you bring it? If he go on Adam and Wack show, he go, "Oh, here go the watch. I told him who got the watch. Give it to me." Man, and if the watch was fake, and if it was Michael's Kors, why you even bring it back?
Yeah, that was.
So you brought some stolen evidence back in front of 5 million subscribers. I mean, he's a police. That is a deputy.
All right, man.
The fuck?
Ricky Roy.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Let the people know where they can find you at, man.
Man, you guys can tap in with me on Instagram, Ricky Roy, or Ricky Nikki Pick 6. Those are my 2 Instagram handles, and Ricky and Nikki's Pick 6 on YouTube.
Ricky Roy has an X for those.
Yeah. So X where the C is. I'm not whacking anything out or anything like that. You feel me? The name just wasn't taken, and I thought that was a good replacement. But many people have asked me why I'm whacking out the C. I am not whacking out out the C. I don't whack out the B. I don't whack out nobody's anything. You feel me? That's just the way. That's what was available at the time. So yeah, that's a X instead of a C.
All right, Munchie B.
Morals Over Money on YouTube. Everybody like, subscribe. No. Like, hype, and subscribe. You know
Oh
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Hey, with the hype, I just learned that you only get 3 hypes a week. So you got to let people really, hey, save your hypes for my content. Give me those 3 hypes because I think that's a new thing that YouTube's trying to measure. The like button is one thing because you could like as infinite amount of videos. But with the hype, you can only give 3 hypes. I think it's per week.
Whoa.
So that lets YouTube really laser focus in on what you really like.
Okay.
If you're hyping a video, then they know that you really, really must like that. That's better than the like button.
So like, hype, and subscribe, man. Morals Over Money.
Like, hype, and subscribe. And if you're watching Street TV, I would appreciate one of your 3 hypes if you like the episode. If you're listening to us on any of the audio podcasts, please leave us a rating and a review. And clips of this episode, Straight Politicking, my bad. Episode 69 will be on the Street TV YouTube channel. Thanks for tapping in. We out.